All right. We're in the book of Ecclesiastes, and we're going to be taking on chapter 6 today. There is an evil which I have seen under the sun, and it is common among men. A man to whom God has given riches and wealth and honor, so that he lacks nothing for himself of all he desires. Yet God does not give him power to eat of it, but a foreigner consumes it. This is vanity, and it is an evil affliction. So in short, it's when the enemy comes and takes all your stuff. Kind of reminds me of like the time of Gideon, where the Midianites would just come in and steal everything that the Israelites had. And that's actually in the book of Judges. We see that that kind of a thing where, they don't overthrow the people. They don't conquer them. They were raiders, and they would just wait. They'd let the people live their lives, plant their crops, water, weed, grow, and then come harvest time, they sweep in and take everything. And, leave them just enough to survive. That way they can plant them more crops the next year. And he says, well, that's a vanity right there. If a man begets 100 children and lives many years, so that the days of his years are many, but his soul is not satisfied with goodness, or indeed he has no burial, I say that a stillborn child is better than he. For it comes in vanity and departs in darkness, and its name is covered with darkness. Though it has not seen the sun or known anything, this has more rest than that man. Even if he lives 1,000 years twice, but has not seen goodness, do not all go to one place? We got a little bit more in this short chapter, but again, the idea Solomon is saying here, again, is if this is all there is to this life, right, then what's the point? If this is all there is to this life and there's nothing else beyond this, because in the end, Solomon's going to say, well, this is my brain stopped working for a second there. This is the conclusion. I hear the conclusion. Fear God, keep his commandments. So obviously he's going to realize that, there is more than just this life. But if not, then Solomon's making a great point. What's the point if it's all just going to go away anyway? That's one of the reasons why without Jesus, without God in your life, without believing in heaven and eternity, it makes this life all the more pointless. All the labor of a man is for his mouth, and yet the soul is not satisfied. For what more has the wise man than the fool? What does the poor man have who knows how to walk before the living? Better is the sight of the eyes than the wandering of desire. This is also vanity and grasping for the wind. Whatever one is, he has been named already. For it is known that he is man, and he cannot contend with him who is mightier than he, that's God. Since there are many things that increase vanity, how is man any better? For who knows what is good for man in life, all the days of his vain life, which he passes like a shadow? Who can tell a man what will happen after him under the sun? Well, God can. And actually, what is good, that's going to be chapter 7. That's going to be tomorrow. So, taking only this piece by piece, but what is good? I have a note right there. It says, see chapter 7. Of course, a good name is better than, and so it's going to go, better is to be in the house. And so it's going to start talking about, wisdom is good in verse 11. So it's going to get into this, what is good then. So chapter 6 is kind of this brief chapter. And really the main catch is this, right? Who can tell a man what will happen after him under the sun, the future? Well, God can tell the future. And so chapter 6 is, again, it's this picture. In fact, I actually have it titled here, Things Aren't Always As They Seem, Part 1. And then in chapter 7, I write, or chapter 1 is good may be bad, and chapter 2 is bad may be good. Or chapter 6 and chapter 7. And the idea is, all these things that you think are striving for, it might not play out in the end. But things that you might have thought weren't good actually turn out to be good. So that's when you pair chapter 6 up with chapter 7. But we don't have enough time to take on 2 chapters in one morning. And actually, As always, I have lots to do, and so maybe today will just be extra short, because I don't think we have, it's like chapter 7's 30 verses almost, and so I don't think we have time to do 2 chapters. So today will be an extra short teaching because these 12 verses go by pretty fast. But again, emphasizing, the book of Ecclesiastes reminds us again and again, if we set our hearts on the things of this earth, we're going to find out in the end it's all vanity. It is going to disappear. It's going to burn up. It's like trying to grasp at the wind. But if we set our minds on things above, we'll never be disappointed. If we remember that the things we're doing now really are supposed to be netting us reward, riches, treasures in heaven, we'll never be disappointed. So whatever you're going through right now, even if it's really difficult, by faith, believe that God sees, God hears, God knows, and that you will not be disappointed when you stand before him, and he rewards you for your faithfulness even during difficult times. All right. God bless you guys. Have a great day, and I will see you guys around.